exciting.
If I might add, I know that we want to get into talk of job creation, but if I might add some of the dialogue that's been developed in the district that I represent, and I'm sure it's not unique to the 21st District in New York, but people mentioning the fact that if you have, and again, there's this proliferation of small business that has been the driving force that has really built our economic recovery from this painful recession. But what you'll hear time and time again is, if I'm a small operation of 10, 15, 20 people, one person, just one person in that workforce impacted by catastrophic illness will throw the actuarial science into a frenzy. And that means that your premiums will be adjusted in a way that makes it difficult as the employer to continue to afford that insurance or to have the co-payments from the employees. So, as you're suggesting, if you enter this large collection called an exchange where many more numbers than 10, 15, or 20 work in this concept together, it shaves those peaks. And the shock, the premium rate shock that is dulled, is a good thing.
Well, let me take that a little further. I wish I had this law when I was insurance commissioner, because I used to see this all the time, where I'd get complaints. We had a consumer hotline, and we would take several thousand calls a week. We'd always get these complaints about, they dropped my insurance. And we get it from businesses. They dropped my insurance. Well, why did they drop the insurance? You said it right on target. Suddenly, one of the members of the workforce, small group of people, had a significant illness. It came time for the annual renewal. I mean, insurance is an annual thing, renewed every year. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't renew you this year because, well, we're changing the market. All kinds of excuses, but the reality was there was one sick person in that group. So this law will tend to end that. There's also the opportunity for people that have become unemployed in this economy to get a job, particularly if that person happens to be 50 years or older. That person today has a pre-existing condition called age. They're beginning to enter that part of life where you're going to have more and more medical issues, and employers go, oh, well, wait a minute, we don't have a position for you. We're not discriminating based on age, but your resume isn't exactly the way it ought to be. It's very difficult for a person 50 and older to get back into the workforce because of health insurance. Now, with the exchange and the anti-discrimination policies in the Affordable Health Care Act, which we call the Patient's Bill of Rights, they will be able to get back into the workforce. So we're talking about people going back to work. Insurance, health insurance, no longer being a barrier to employment.
Well, Representative Garamendi, you cite a very awkward dynamic that can be used as a pre-existing condition, that being age. How about gender? There are more and more small business startups that are female-owned, women-owned businesses. Women, again, working in a small business situation as the employee. A pre-existing condition, being a woman, gender penalizing. So there are many aspects, and the pre-existing condition is something that's getting more and more attention, especially in the weeks that accompanied the decision, the pre-decision of the Supreme Court. A lot of recognition of what was in the Affordable Care Act, pre-existing conditions now being denounced and not being allowed as a reason, a rationale for denying insurance, are a big prime aspect of the progress made here. And as I've said in my district, is it perfect? No. We aim for perfection. We achieved success. And we will continue to work on this order of health care in a way that will continue to build the progressive nature of the outcome.
Well, these are all part of the puzzle of putting people back to work. And as I started this discussion, talking about the laws of America, the policies that have been enacted by this Congress and by previous Congresses, and the way in which they impact the middle class of America. That impact has been devastating on the middle class for the last 20 years, and it is our determination as Democrats to change the policies so that the American middle class can once again thrive, so that a family can enjoy the fruits of their labor, so that they can enjoy the potential that America brings to them. I notice that we've been joined by our colleague from Ohio, Mr. Altmire. Please join us. Thank you for coming in this evening and sharing with us your thoughts.